Hello everyone again, this is Roger Steele. Believe it or not, it's week number 5 in the PMD Pro1 course for World Vision East Africa. This will be the 5th set of videos because this is the 5th week, and this will be 5A that will go over some of the logistics and assignments, and then I'll do 5B, which will hit some of the highlights of the content. Let me just remind you that the topic this week is monitoring and evaluation. You have these reading assignments, watch Module 6, and then you're going to add the sequencing and the task list using CD Central Desktop to follow up on what you started last week. You also want to be sure to remember to continue taking the practice exam. That's something that you may want to take several times. Don't forget that next week is going to be the examination, and I'll talk more about that in the video next week. You'll actually take the examination in your workplace, and you'll need to appoint someone to be your invigilator, someone who will watch you as you take the examination. All right, the project this week is a follow-on to what you've been doing the whole course. This week, each class member will add task or task list to their project using the online application, your own central desktop account. So it's just continuing what you started last week. And if you haven't done that or don't remember, watch my videos from the previous 3 weeks again, especially the one last week on how to sign up and set up your own central desktop account. And as always, contact me if you have problems or need help. 3 weeks ago, each of you was assigned to do a work breakdown structure on a project of your choice. This is from one of the participants. And then last week you were asked to enter your project as a workspace on Central Desktop and then to enter in the milestones and summary task. This week we're going to work on the more detailed task and the sequencing processes. So I'm going to use as an example to show you, and also this will be available on the course site as another workspace, the course lingos.centraldesktop.com website that we're using for the course. This was a exercise that we used during some of the face-to-face classes for participants in small groups to brainstorm and then organize all of the work required for organizing and operating a half-day workshop. And so basically there are 3 high-level summary tasks or milestones arranged for facilitator, participants, and venue and equipment, and then of course the detail that goes into each of those. So that will be the raw material that I'll be using as the example today. Lingos.centraldesktop.com half-day workshop is the place where you'll go to find this example, or you can just go to workspaces and you can tick on it when you're on the course website. I wanted to show you a way to get some more help, and actually whatever page you're on, you can go up to the help button on Central Desktop and just click on that, and then you'll see some choices. And the one I want to show you today is called Video Tutorial. So if you'll tick on that, you'll come to this page. And these are a set of tutorials that were prepared by the Central Desktop Company. The first one is the one I wanted to show you in particular, Project Management Overview. That might be useful for some of you to watch if you'd like some more details. Now I'm going to talk about the half-day workshop and the simple Gantt chart. And this is what you should be working toward. I think I showed you this in previous weeks. And so this is sort of the final product. You'll see here that you've got the same thing that we had back here. The 3 high levels are facilitator confirmed, participants confirmed, and venue and equipment arranged. And then you've got your milestone your high-level task, arrange facilitators, arrange for participants, arrange venue and equipment, and then you have your task list under each of those. You'll see a start date that was entered in and a due date, and then it will automatically calculate how many days it will be. It's then going to show you the start date. I've actually put in 2014 here just to use this as an example. You'll see the start date, the end date, for each of the categories and tasks. So that's sort of what is there. I can also already see some mistakes that I need to work on for this, but don't worry about that. Okay, now I'm going to open up Microsoft Internet Explorer and actually take you live to what I was showing you on the screen there. So let me get back to what I wanted to show you. I'm going to go back to Central Desktop. When you log on actually to Central Desktop, you can then go to PMD Pro, which is where I think it'll take you automatically, or you can go to Workspaces and you can click on Half Day Workshop, and that will then take you to this workspace, and then you can tick on Project Management, and let's go to Project Overview. And you'll see that I've entered in the 3 milestones already. We did that last week. We entered in the 3 high-level tasks. And then this week I want to show you the detailed task, what they call task list. So you're going to see that if you wanted to create a new task, you just type in there and add it. But I've already got 5 tasks. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. Check facilitator qualifications, identify facilitator, invite facilitator, arrange transport, and finalize the timetable. We've assigned all of these to my boss, Eric Berg, just for illustration. Some of them we've given, if we don't give it a start date, then it's the same as the due date. It just operates over that day. If you wanted to make any qualifications, like I just added this one, check facilitator qualifications. If you wanted to modify that, you'd click on the little pencil. Let's say you wanted to change the due date on that to the 5th. You just would tick the 5th, and it would change that. I'm going to put it back to the 6th, though, just for purposes of this illustration. And then you can go down to the task and see the task list on all of the others. So that's where you enter in the raw material, the details for each of them. And then you can also show the dependencies of the sequencing, and this is getting a little bit more complicated. So if you can't get to sort of doing this, that's fine. But what you'll do, let's take check facilitator qualifications. I'm going to click on the pencil, and that will take me to the task. You see I've assigned Eric Berg as the person responsible. I say this task depends on, so if I'm going to check the facilitator qualifications, I first have to identify the facilitator. So the check facilitator qualifications is a predecessor task. Identify facilitator is a predecessor task. Identify facilitator is a predecessor task. Check facilitator qualifications is a dependent task. This one has to be done first. You have to identify the facilitator before you can check the qualifications. Okay, and I can give this a priority. I gave it a high, well, let's change it to medium priority. That just helps in the management process. All right, then anytime you make a change, you need to do a save. Now let's go take a look at what this looks like in the Project Gantt. So I go to Options and I tick on Project Gantt, and it will show me what I have. So you can see that all of these tasks are going to be completed from Monday the 6th of January 2014 to the due date is the 8th of January. Actually, what I want to do is modify this a little bit. You can actually edit. Whoops, I won't expand it yet. Let's expand it. Turn edit mode on, and then I just noticed I need to extend this out. This one needs to go at least, and you can do this on the Gantt chart itself, that these higher level tasks need to be extended a little bit. So now I've been able to do a little bit of editing so that it makes more sense. So you can expand all of this, and you'll see all of your milestones, your summary task, in your task list. I'm going to click on this little thing to make it closer into the screen, make it a little bit larger. and you'll see all of the start and end dates. Plus, you now can see some dependencies. You'll see that there is a dependency for checking the qualifications actually must be done before. That's not correct. I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to drag that over there. Somehow that got changed, that you need to identify the facilitator first, all right? And then after you have identified the facilitator, then you can invite the facilitator. So those arrows then are showing the dependencies for each of those. It's going to take a little bit of effort on your part to try to figure this out. There is a logical flow to it. Give it a try. Next week, if you come up with something and have it finished, turn it in to me, send it to me, and I'll be glad to have a look at it and give you some feedback on it. But that's the assignment that I'd like you to go through for this week. That's all for the first video, 5A. Again, a reminder that you need to communicate with me about when you want to take the examination. Next week is exam week. You need to take it by Friday of next week, and I'll have more details on the examination in the video next week. So please listen to that video. Also stay tuned for 5B.